as bad as I hate to, is a long time ago stuff. 51 years ago, in 1954, Carl Perkins, his two brothers, and me pulled up in the very front right here in a 1948 Cadillac. And we came, Miriam, the girl, her picture's out there, and the desk is still there where she was behind. We came in and said, Miriam, we're showing up for an audition. She said, Mr. Phillips is not here. He went down the street for something. He'll be back. Unload your stuff and come in. We unloaded, set up right here, and started singing a song called Movie Mag. How many ever heard of Movie Mag and Carl Perkins before? I did. I'm gonna tell you why he remembers it.
We know.
We know how old he is.
We started playing a song called Movie Mag. Let me take you to the Movie Mag. So okay, Sam came in, and we stopped. We was all scared, almost scared as I am today. But we introduced ourselves, and he went in the room there in the little studio. Said, "Let me hear what you guys do." So we started playing the same song, and you could tell that he liked what he was hearing. I don't know why. So we did that, and we did a couple of more songs, and of course, to shorten the story a little bit, that day we did a record contract with Sam right here, and on the way home we was laughing back. And that was the second time I'd sat on a drum stool. The Saturday before that was on a Thursday morning. The Saturday before that, I didn't even think about being in the music business. And how that happened, I was going to the place Saturday night where Carl and his two brothers were playing, and they just set up in the corner like that. Had Carl and his amplifier, his guitar was through, and his microphone plugged into it, and Clayton played upright bass, and Jay playing rhythm. And for some reason, I don't know why I did it. If I hadn't done this, Larry, I might have been building houses. But I walked up to the bass with the curvature part on it, and they were singing an up-tempo song. And I just walked up to the bass, started keeping time on it. They were singing Wine Spodio, wine, wine, wine. It's on the side of the bass like that. Now, when we got through, Carl said, we got to go to Memphis Saturday or Thursday morning for a record audition. He said, borrow some drums and go with us. Why he said that, I don't know. And why I said, okay, I don't know. But I go the next day, and the friend of mine, and they could play drums. And told him what I was going to do. And he said, well, I guess you can't play drums. He said, why do you want my drums? I said, this is Sunday afternoon. We're going Thursday. I'll be playing by Thursday. So he let me have his drums. I set up one night down at a little club and played. Then the next day we came here. And then, in about 1958, I'm going to say, we'd done the Blue Suede Shoes deal, and by then Sam Phillips had a lot of confidence in us. So a friend of mine in Jackson, named Rayburn Anthony, Carl Mann, and Little David Wilkins, several people I'd bring over here. And Rayburn's here today. Come here, Rayburn. Rayburn and Eddie Bush and me and T. Willie Stevenson did about the same thing. We came in here, set up right here, and Sam didn't know what he was going to hear this time. And Rayburn had a version of St. Louis Blues and Alice Blue Gown. Here's what we did. Everybody knows how pretty the old melody, Alice Blue Gown. So we did. They like to suit us over there. But anyway, did
St. Louis Blues, too.
St. Louis Blues, the old song thing. We're going to do that tonight.
Well, let's do it right now.
This is, see if I can get this on there. She's not as technical as Sam.
Is this what I use?
Can you get it on there for me?
He didn't tell the story of how he set the drums up the first time.
Oh, please.
Oh, please tell the story.
Tell that about your first time. But before you do that, what I wanted to, he was standing up beside me, and he's just warming up with his hands. He's got such good rhythm. He started to do Orange Blossom Special, just doing the the drumming with your hands, the beat. Can you do that beat for a second, please?
How lucky can I be after all these years?
No, you're not showing. I'm not showing you how.
No, look.
Just
Let's
give
put
him the
it.
beat of it.
Well, at the point where John was doing Orange Blossom Special, most bands, Orange Blossom Special is so fast. They'll just play on like the 1 and 3, like. That's what you hear on all of them. That's about. But I learned the thing how to make it easy and not get too tired. See, and I do it with my hands instead of a stick, like, and to double it up when you get into looky undercover, of course, they're like, see, I could just, it was easy to do that. It was easier for me to do that.
You got the rhythm in you, you can't stop it.
See, that was hard for me to do. But this was easy. And I don't know why.
It's still easy for him to do.
It's like I say,
Every
though,
week, it's still easy.
if we'd had to play the correct way, I don't think it would have worked. See? So, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember that.
To me, though, it's a lot more important to most of us. But I'd say that to us three right here, it's more important than everybody in the world, because when you stand up there and you look, and all three of us can identify the first time we saw all these guys, when we worked with them, and the whole deal. You know, it's to me, it's awesome. You know, when I look back up there and I see these guys, we worked a lot of shows with them. I see Brenda Lee. The first time I saw her, Brenda Lee was on the Ozark Jubilee, the Red Foley Show, back when she was not tall as this table.
Right.
Then the first time saw him was in the 50s and worked with him a lot since then. Then first time I saw Elvis was right down here at the Memphis Train Station doing the show.
Yeah.
And recorded the $1 Million Quartet and we all worked together in the 50s on tour. Then Sonny Burgess, Bob Newton, John, Carl, Jerry Lee. We hired Jerry Lee to play piano. First time he showed up, play piano on Xbox. Carl Perkins.
That's right.
Then first time I saw Charlie, I was with Carl Mann, who was recording the Black Man album. We wasn't in the old studio, we was in the, I still call it the new studio.
Yeah, Phil.
And he was in the studio and he listened to I'm Coming Home, all you gotta do is know it's all the facts. He give him $10 bill to play on one song, Carl Mann. Then did the stuff with Carl Mann and then worked. So, you know, to me it's just awesome.
You know, a lot of money, yeah, what?
And you know, I started in the business right here in Jackson in 1954. I never thought about being in the music business at all. I graduated from J.B. Young High School out at Bemis, and music was not even on my mind. I started to work with the air conditioning department of S.M. Lawrence Company.
Right.
Air conditioning was beginning to come in real big, and I said, this is what I want to do. Well, Carl Perkins and his two brothers, Clayton and J.B., lived in Bemis, and they was playing some of the little clubs around, and I met Clayton, and I'd go to some places they were playing, and I met Carl and J.B., and I'd just hang around where they were playing at night. I had to leave early sometimes, but I had to get up early the next day and go to work. So, for some reason, and I never did even think to ask him why, I wished I had, but one night, I was playing the Hilltop Inn down towards Boston, about 10 miles out of Jackson. I don't know why it's called the Hilltop Inn, it's in the valley, but for some reason, I used to walk up to the bass. Clayton would be playing upright bass, and on an up-tempo song, like on Wine Scoliote song, I'd walk up beside that bass, no stage, just set up in a corner like that. And there's a place on the curve to that bass, sounded kind of like a drum, an old song like Wine Scoliote, I just started keeping it wine. I don't know why I did. Well, one night, Hilltop, when it was loading up, getting through, Carl, for some reason, said, record to Sam Phillips, borrow some drums and go with us. Why I didn't say, I can't do that, but I did say, I can't play drums. He said, yeah, you keep time on that bass, you can play drums. Never thought about it, being in the music business.
Right, and they saw something in the way you can keep the time, they just thought, okay, well, you can do it.
So, next day, Sunday, I'd heard of a guy here who worked for an amusement company, his name was Slick Listen, that owned some drums. I go to him, tell him what I want. And he said, well, you can't play. What do you want the drums for? I said, yeah, well, I'll be playing by Thursday. He let me have them, and he forgot that he had they was playing a thing, at that time the New Southern Hotel was in full sway right down the street here, a place called the Gold Room that had a party. And he had a party to play on that Monday night.
Forgot that you borrowed his
Working close. So he called me. I said, okay, let's do this. I'll meet you there. If you unload, if you let me, I'll let you load back up. So that's what we did. So I took the drums out of my mother's house, set them up. And that's the reason I set up backwards. But these guys think it's backwards. So then Tuesday night, go down to a little place called the Cotton Bowl, south of here, just toward the building down a few years ago. That's the first time I actually played, set up and then played. Then Thursday morning, we got up, got in that 48 Cadillac on the wall right there. Loaded up and drove over to Memphis, parked in front of Sun Studio. We got out and went in. We went in the door. The girl, Marion, remember Marion? She was secretary there. We told her who it was. She said, well, y'all unload, come on in. Mr. Phillips is going down the street. He'll be back in a minute. We set up in the middle of the floor. People that hadn't been there, buildings, not even bigger than this.
About the same.
Yeah. And when Sam come in, we was playing, the first song we recorded was an old song called Movie Mag.
I love it.
Think about a
They
song.
bought that record, I think.
Think about a song that somebody wrote, telling about taking your
I can sing the
girlfriend
Yeah.
to the movie on a mute. That's what the song's about. Climb up on the baby's back and ride to the picture show. So that song right there got us a recording contract that day. And that was the second time I'd sat on the drum stool. I could do this with two hands, just fine. But that I couldn't do. You know? And so on the way back, we got, laughing about it. Hey, second time you better do a drum stool, blah, it was a joke. So then I came on back and played for a year before we actually did anything that anybody knew anything about. That was in late '54. Now in '55, here came the rest of the guys. Here comes John and all these guys in '55. At the time we started, and I was so glad to hear two things these guys said. I wish I'd have thought of that term. When drums and guitars collide, it changed the world, music world. And then the thing he said, every session he went in to record, nobody rehearsed. That's the two things.
We never knew what.
From what you were saying about a whole lot of shaking too, same
We
thing.
never knew what he was going to record.
No. Well, I went through that all up until now. Like when Bob Wooten and me go in, we don't know what we're going to record.
Sunday's still that way to this day.
And never did with John. Never did, I knew ready to go do a recording session. I had no idea what I was going to play. Didn't know till we got in the studio. But I think that's what made it exciting. Nothing perfect. But in '54, when we started, Elvis didn't have drums, and the two guys, and then when I think Sam never got over being mad at me for bringing drums in over there. See, nobody had them.
Sam never got over it.
Well, he finally did. He had to join the club sooner or later when all the rest of the guys came
All
in.
right, well, we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah,
for sure.
but like country music. Carl did mostly Hank Williams stuff, and everything was there that was on all the records, like piano, bass, guitars, and all that. And it was still country. And doing the same songs, when we added drums, it got allocated, it became rock and roll. The first, see, I didn't ever think about rockabilly until, it was rock and roll when we started.
I never knew rockabilly. I never heard the name for a long, long time.
Then, you know, when I'm doing talking like this, naturally I think drums is the most important instrument in the rock and roll world.
Sure.
Because until they came along, all the instruments was there, but that's what changed it. So I always kind of thought of that. When drums, guitar,
Y'all heard that? Yeah.